Would you say you have like an addictive personality or no?
No.
That's even better.
I think like my ADHD makes me hyper focus, but not addictive. Right? Like the only thing that I'm really addicted to nowadays is like Aquaphor, and like it's just Aquaphor.
Real.
Right?
Real.
But yeah, no, I hyper focus, but
That's real.
yeah.
I feel like if I'm like, because I know I do have an addictive personality, but it'll be towards food.
Ooh,
Like
right.
a specific type of food, and I'll eat it so often, and then I'll get sick of it, and I'll never want to have it again in my life.
Yeah, actually, now that you bring that up, maybe I'm addicted to my like mom's cooking. Like I like when she makes pasta.
Real.
Really good.
That's real.
My boyfriend's Nana's food is like some of the best food I've ever had. Like I'm addicted to that.
So real.
But yeah, I mean, we all want good food, right? So.
For sure. For sure. And good food is such a blessing too.
Yeah.
You know how it's sad when people don't have anything to eat. I really empathize with you. And it's sad when people have food, but the person just doesn't know how to cook it.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, Olivia Gallow. How are you today?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm good. Explain yourself to me, to the audience. People
Yeah.
wanna know.
Hi. My name's Olivia. I'm a third-year psych student here at York, and I'm also a content creator, like you.
But you have done a lot of stuff around campus. You have done so much with your content creation too. I remember I used to hear about you on Glendon before I knew you, before we met. And I'm like, oh, Olivia Gallow. Oh, Radio Glendon. I wonder who this girl is. You know,
Right.
I'd really like to meet her one day. And then just like going by and stumbling into Radio Glendon, and I'm like, oh, you're her.
I'm Olivia Gallow, indeed. Yeah.
Okay.
Radio Glendon is just it's just been something, I call it a passion project of mine that I've had for like 2 years, and I've been working like really hard on that, and I'm happy that it's finally like people are finally using the space and making music and using the podcast room. It's
A
just
lot of people I've seen have utilized the space for what it's worth, because the way how you've been able to transform it from your website, it was completely different.
yeah.
Like the way how the space looked, even like the podcast studio, like unrecognizable.
Yeah, we put in a lot. I say we as in like so there was me and then people from IT, and my boyfriend has been like the biggest helping hand. Yeah, we did a lot of work, especially like May of last year when I had completed all of the administrative stuff.
Yeah.
I really was able to focus on renovations, and that's when like everything actually felt like things were happening.
That's good.
Because we were finally able to like change the color of the walls and get new furniture and get that recording booth in there, and that luckily happened throughout the summer into first semester, and this semester is now just like I guess building clientele, like getting people from campus to actually use the space. And it's been so long, like I've been working on it for so long that when I graduate, I just like I don't know how I'm gonna go without like Radio Glendon, if that makes sense, because I've been doing it since my first year.
Wow.
So, and like next year's my fourth, and so if I decide to take a fifth year or whatever, like it would be my last year, and and yeah.
It's really been a passion project, and you really have to find people that have that same passion for Radio Glendon that you have, so there's so much longevity for it, so it could be a resource within the community too.
Yeah, like there's the Glendon Media Lab, which isn't student run. So there's Radio Glendon, which is student run, and you can make music, podcasts. Like we've had a gaming night, we've had like DJ events. Like we try to really cater to like the Glendon community as much as we can. I think the most important thing when it comes to Radio Glendon is the people that come through Radio Glendon, and I don't want to say that I did all of it by myself. There were like people that helped me along the way. A lot of things were like a 2-person job when it came to like student affairs and all that stuff. So I did have some help for a little bit from someone that was in one of my classes. He kind of heard me complaining about Radio Glendon, saying that I wanted to like start it up and I just needed like more manpower. and he manpower, I say as in like just people, not necessarily a man.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so more manpower as in like I just need like kind of a partner in the position.
For sure.
And he was just like, I'll help, and I was like, thank you so much, because now banding people together will make it easier. And yeah, so we got like the bank stuff and all that done, and then he actually left to go to U of T.
Oh.
So then it was like just me, and then I took on like the renovations and all that stuff like pretty much solo.
Wow.
Like I dealt with a lot of like when it came to the paint and when it came to like deciding where things go, I was very much like hands-on. Thankfully, like everything else, like the bigger things, like the technology and buying all the equipment and the booth, I had help from IT, which was great.
For sure.
Thankfully, because I wouldn't have been able to. I don't think I would have been able to do that alone. Like I could have, but I think it was definitely helpful to have more hands.
For sure. It
Definitely.
lightens the load, too.
100%.
Especially for a big project like Radio Glendon. Like, when Jordan, shout out to Jordan, by the way.
Shout out Jordan.
When he first brought me down to Radio Glendon, I thought, it's a little bit dungeon-esque here.
Right?
But when you go into the rooms and such, it's so calm, it's so chill, and it really is such a great resource. And just seeing how much community engagement it's brought to Glendon, too. I remember during my first year, when I used to have classes at Glendon, I thought, oh, it's nice, it's close to home, and, it's a quiet campus. But I dreaded it because I didn't really have a sense of community there, and I didn't really know anyone. But when you have clubs like these that are so interesting that can cater towards any type of person, anyone that has a voice or is passionate about something and just wants a platform or the equipment to do so, it's just so amazing.
That was the initial like mission, was to give the Glendon campus like a voice to do things, because I know Kiel, like here they have this studio and they have so many just resources in general, and I felt like Glendon, we had our clubs and we had whatever we had, but we didn't really have like a place to do music or really a place to do podcasts. Like again, we have the media lab, but it didn't feel very like chill vibe. It was very much like professional, like you had the professional studio, but sometimes people just like a place where they can chill, sit on a couch, play some games, and then like go into the studio whenever they want to record. And it was definitely a lot more private, like it's secluded from like the main hall. And yeah, I thought it would just be like a great idea to give voice to people on the Glendon campus, because Radio Glendon used to be a radio, hence the name. So it used to be a radio, but now it's been transformed because a lot of people were asking for music, and for podcasting it was a lot more in demand. And I think it's definitely like it's a friendlier face when it's a fellow student as opposed to like some like faculty member.
That's so true too.
Yeah, but love the guys at the media lab though. They were also great.
They're awesome. Shout out to you guys.
Shout out to you guys. You guys are great, lending us some equipment when we need. So.
Absolutely. And the amount of tips too that they give, especially, I love. It's so helpful all the time. Thank you.
Yeah, they have like way more, like they have just so much more equipment than we could ever imagine. They have like 3D printing things. They have like drones.
They have drones
I
now?
think they do. If I'm not mistaken. They have a whole bunch of stuff. If they don't have drones, I'm gonna look stupid. But I know they have like 360 cameras. They have VRs. Like it's crazy the amount of equipment they have. Like you can pretty much do, like, if you have any kind of content creation, like...
I've been wanting to rent a drone or get a drone for some time, because those things look cool.
They're crazy,
they look so cool. Like, you get to hold it like a freaking video game controller, like those guys in the submarine.
Yeah. And you can just... Those guys in the submarine. Are you talking about... What was it called?
Watergate.
Watergate. Was it called like Titan something?
That's
or am I thinking of Titanic?
Submersible or something?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The ones in the submarine, yeah. Rest in peace. Yeah.
At least they didn't have to, suffer and go through the torture. It was just like pop like a balloon,
Yeah, like an implosion, yeah. I mean, at least there's that, yeah.
Yeah, put out of their misery.
Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah, like a drone. It would be so cool just to shoot it over the forest or just like.
And Glendon's beautiful for that. Like in my first year when I had started up I had started up something else called the Mental View podcast, because I had initially wanted to do a mental health podcast. That was, one of my goals. But I had been together like maybe 40 people to do this at the Glendon campus. And there was someone with a drone, and they were, taking pictures for like a website or whatever it may be for MVP. And they took videos over the forest at Glendon. It was beautiful because it was fall time. The leaves were changing.
Especially during fall.
Right.
Glendon is so beautiful during that time.
So many trees. And yeah, it was, I think the landscape at Glendon is gorgeous. It really is.
And it's so tucked away, and it's so scenic too. Sometimes I feel bougie going into Glendon because it's like I'm in the bridle path,
right?
I'm near Drake's house,
right? Yeah, I love it there. I love Glendon, but I live closer to Kiel, so like I will. It's like a whole like journey to get to Glendon sometimes, and the traffic, in the morning could take me an hour and a half to get there. But I love it nonetheless, right?
Yeah.
So, like, the journey and the people that I met, because it's such a small campus, like, it all makes it worth it, right?
For sure.
So.
That's how I feel, like, coming to, like, Glendon. Because I don't have any classes at Glendon, but I love studying at the library there. Always have, because of the views. It's so scenic.
Right. You look into the Rose Garden next to the manor. Yeah, it's really, really pretty.
I've been a big contributor on Google Maps for that library's, like, reviews. I don't even do reviews on Google unless I really like the place and I'm like, picture, this place is amazing.
It's really, really pretty. I have a friend here at the Kiel. I've taken classes here at Kiel, but I've only ever been in Very Hall.
Okay.
So like I've never really been in like any other building, but I have a friend who is a Kiel student, and she showed me around like Scott Library. I'm like, there's 5 floors? Like, why is there so many? And because Glendon's 1, and then if you're a grad student, I think you can go onto the 2nd floor.
Really?
Yeah.
I go into the 2nd floor all the time.
Maybe it's like there's rooms for grad students, but I've heard that
in the library,
Leslie Frost.
Anybody can go up there.
Really? Because I've heard that I couldn't.
What?
Maybe that was a first year problem. Maybe they changed it. I have
was
no
it
idea.
during COVID or something? I go up there all the time when I'm studying and I just need a little break. I just take my little walk upstairs and in the basement.
Really?
But I don't like going into the basement. It's creepy down there.
Yeah, I feel like basements are just, especially Glendon. Yeah, well, that's where Radio Glendon is, but it's okay. We're that space that's like comfortable. I don't know. Maybe it changed, or maybe I was given the wrong information. I would love to go to the 2nd floor.
I've always been able to go up there, no problem.
Well, you learn something new every day.
There you go.
Yeah. I guess I'll start going on the 2nd floor.
Yeah. It's similar to the basement, but it's not too bad.
Yeah.
I don't stay up there long. It's just like a little joop power walk. Like.
Yeah, sometimes you just need a break.
Exactly.
Yeah. I like my quiet time.
Me too. I really do like my solitude, but I also like yapping with people. But if I can't yap with people, then there's always myself too, and the voices make great company.
Right? The voices. Just the voices. Yeah. I talk a lot, and I talk to a lot of people, and sometimes I talk too much, but
no such thing.
I'd like to believe that. I feel like sometimes you could talk people like ears off, and they're just like, okay, you need to. If
it's a rant or venting, I mean, like it depends and such, and it depends on the other person's mood too. But then, like if anybody's the type of person to say, oh, you talk too much, get a podcast.
Yeah, real. Yeah, I have one on my YouTube channel.
You do?
Yeah.
I've watched it. It's a good one.
Yeah. It's supposed to be low production, like just me sitting in my room kind of thing, like, because I do that anyway, so it's just like, why not make a video about it and like tell people how I'm feeling, because it's my channel, so I can do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you touched a lot on mental health on your pod, because I know you are a psych student.
Yeah, I am a psych student, yeah.
Okay.
From a very young age, I've just always wanted to discuss mental health. That's why I went into psych, right? So like I myself obviously have like my own mental health struggles with like anxiety and depression and stuff, but I like that now it's not normalized to have it, I guess. It's definitely advocated for more, right? And I think like I just wanted to obviously join that, because if your mental health isn't good, your physical health isn't going to be good. Like, when it comes to school, you struggle. When it comes to relationships, you struggle. Like, mental health is really like everything, I think.
Sure.
Right? And yeah, like mind and body can be connected, but I definitely think, like, if you're not in the right mental state, how are you going to be in the right mental state to take care of your body?
It's true.
So, yeah, like, I've, had my, struggles with mental health, and I think it's just important to help those who feel like they can't help themselves, kind of thing. Like, I actually went to Glendon originally as a French studies major.
Oh.
And, like, within the first 3 weeks, like, I was having too many mental breakdowns because, like, the professor I had couldn't understand him. I felt like I was in a higher level than I should have been in. And so if I was having repeated mental breakdowns like that, because you have French classes twice a week.
Damn.
So, like, for 3 weeks, I was having I had 6 mental breakdowns in 3 weeks. And I was like, okay, this is not working. So I switched to psych, which I guess is kind of ironic because I was having, like, a really bad time. And then I switched to something that, like, talks about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it was definitely, like, the right choice for me. And I've always been, like, the helpful, like, therapist friend, I guess. I've always been that person that people can go to, just, like, a friendly face to discuss certain things.
I find that about a lot of people, like a lot of people that say are very joyful, very happy, the ones that you can go to for advice, for therapy, tend to struggle with mental health severely.
Yeah, it's like the empathy aspect of it, right? Because it's like, if someone's going through depression, and even though it's maybe from a different stem, it's still depression.
For sure.
And people feel things differently, but I find that a lot of, like, treatments or a lot of, like, coping mechanisms, they can span across regardless of, like, the stem of it and regardless of, like, how you feel about it, right? Like, there's so many things that can help or ground you, and it's just about finding that thing.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then it's also about being careful about what you choose to make as your coping mechanism, because that can exacerbate the problem too.
100%. Always positive coping mechanisms. And, the thing is like, people will fall into, negative coping mechanisms, but it's all about using positive coping mechanisms to change the coping mechanism. It's like the replacement therapy aspect of it, right? Like, you want to replace a bad habit with a good one.
Yes. And it takes time to adapt to it,
Time, effort,
It takes so much. Because when you're in that state for so long, when I had my depression for like 3 years or so, like chronic, and just getting out of it was so gradual, and just, you have to find ways to connect back to the joy of life.
And for some people, that could be, well, I know for myself, I had always told myself when I was going through a really hard time, like, this will end, in the sense of, like, I'll always have depression and anxiety, but when things get, like, really hard, my depression, I'm going through, like, a really bad, episode, I always tell myself, and this took effort, this will pass, like, this too shall pass, it will go away. And I find that really helps. It's comforting for me, like, in 3 months, 6 months, this will be gone.
For sure.
And that's what I think, helps me get through all the bad parts, is, like, let yourself feel that, because then, it helps you understand yourself better. You don't want to, regress, and you also don't want to, like, repress.
That's true.
So I just let myself feel, and I go through all the emotions and tell myself it'll get better eventually, and that's, like, how I go through.
That's a really big thing. That's a really brave thing, actually. I'm really proud of you that you're able to feel through that, and you were able to get through that. I wish I could have done that, but I'm really glad you have the resiliency to do that and to endure all of it.
Yeah, and it's definitely, like, a learned behavior, right? And I'm sure if, like, God forbid something were to happen to you, you'd take those steps to obviously, try and be better, and maybe you could start implementing, like, this will pass, this will get better, because, like,
For me,
it will. Right? Coping mechanisms, friends, coping mechanisms. Although negative, like, I'm assuming now you're probably better with it and you don't do it.
For sure. Because I realize I have alcohol sensitivities. So anytime, if I have even a drop of alcohol, even if I'm having sushi with soy sauce, because I know soy sauce has some alcohol in it, I'll have a stomach ache, apparently. So there's weeks I'll go, I don't have a drop of alcohol unless I'm having sushi, of course.
Right.
And then other days it's like, okay, maybe like a nice like little glass of Moscato one night, and then like a Caesar the other night, and then it's like, okay, that's it.
Yeah. When it comes to alcohol, I've drank very minimal. Like,
I'm a lightweight.
But not even that. Like, I've never finished a full glass of alcohol.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I've never, like, people actually get surprised, right? When I say, like, the most I've had is, like, a few sips of, like, a wine or whatever it may be. People are very surprised when I say, like, I've never, you know, like, because a lot of people our age do.
That's true.
But,
it's so normalized.
Right? It's, like, I mean, like, it's not necessarily, like, the worst thing in the world. I've just never had the urge to. I've also never been, like, surrounded by alcohol or people who, like, really do it. So, never really fell into that crowd. But yeah, I've never done it, but like when people do, it's not like I don't judge them for it because like we're of age.
For sure.
So like,
and that's a good thing. Would you say you have like an addictive personality or no?
No. You know,
that's even better.
I think like my ADHD makes me hyper focus, but not addictive. Right? Like, the only thing that I'm really addicted to nowadays is, like, Aquaphor. And, like, it's just Aquaphor.
Real.
Right?
Real.
But, yeah, no, I hyper-focus, but I've always been the kind of person to want to do more than one thing at a time. That's the ADHD. But, yeah, I've never really been addicted to anything, I don't think.
That's real.
Yeah.
I feel like if I'm, like, because I know I do have an addictive personality, but it'll be towards food.
Ooh,
like
right.
a specific type of food, and I'll eat it so often, and then I'll get sick of it, and I'll never want to have it again in my life.
Yeah, actually, now that you bring that up, maybe I'm addicted to my, like, mom's cooking. Like, I like when she makes pasta.
Real.
Really good.
That's real.
My boyfriend's Nana's food is, like, some of the best food I've ever had. Like, I'm addicted to that.
So real.
But yeah, I mean, we all want good food, right? So.
For sure. For sure. And good food is such a blessing, too.
Yeah.
You know how it's sad when people don't have anything to eat. I really empathize with you. And it's sad when people have food, but the person just doesn't know how to cook it.
Yeah. I wish I knew how to cook. It's my boyfriend who usually, like, is the cook. He loves, like, food and stuff.
Aww.
Yeah, so... I try and be like, what should I put on my sandwich? And he's like, this, you know, and he tells me, and yeah, he's great that way. I don't really have to think when I'm like.
That's good to have a boyfriend like that, where it's like you can just turn off your brain and you feel so safe and secure too.
Yeah, it's great because like sometimes he's like, I'm just gonna make a sandwich, and there was one time he made this like really good sandwich, and he like toasted the bread and everything, and I was like, okay, yeah, he just likes to cook. And he likes making things and putting things together. Like, one night, he was having a sandwich, but he was having something, and he was like, I really want a sauce for this. Like, looked up on TikTok, like, a recipe, just made himself a sauce, like, right then and there. I was like, okay.
Like a nice little aioli you could put, like,
exactly. Ooh. Yeah, he's good that way. Like, he loves to make food and loves watching videos about food.
That's good. That's really good. I wish I had a boyfriend like that. I wish I had a boyfriend, period.
Yeah, him and I've known each other since we were 12.
Whoa.
Yeah, so we've been friends for a long time. We've been together almost 3 years now.
Okay.
So yeah, like we knew each other for a long time before we even started, you know, dating. So
did he ask the question or did you ask the question?
It was kind of like a mutual, like, okay, we know, like, let's just start like dating. I think he had officially asked me to, like, be his Valentine or something. And then, like, a month later, we were, like, we got together. So, yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love that so much.
Yeah. Yeah, we were friends for a long time. Yeah, he's definitely, like my other person, right? Like, he's my partner in crime. We have been for so long. And
twin him.
Yeah, exactly. So... yeah, he's great. That's great.
Good.
We do, like, month-iversary, but we kind of just, like, point it out. But when it comes to, like, birthdays or Christmas, like, we go all out.
I saw
out.
the haul, huh?
Yeah, all out. So, like, last year he got me a typewriter for my birthday.
Oh.
It was crazy. He got me a typewriter. This year he got me, him and all my friends, like, pitched in to get me a DJI Osmo Pocket 3 camera. Crazy.
I know.
Yeah, it was wild. And, yeah, so, like, for his birthday this year, I got him he really loves Manchester City. Like, he loves Man City.
Oh.
And so I got him a Manchester City jersey with Alvarez on the back of it, like Julian Alvarez. And yeah, he really liked it. And we kind of would go all out. We like surprise each other for birthdays. It's just something that like I started between the friends. And yeah, for Valentine's Day, we do stuff. We usually like do like a dinner or whatever maybe, but we're not like really big on gifts until it comes time for like a birthday or Christmas. It's just save money, live better, right? Like
exactly.
college kids.
Isn't that the Walmart like slogan?
Yeah.
Save money, live better. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do that. I say that all the time because like saving money is like another thing that I'm like also passionate about.
Me too. See, that's why like I love the budget for this podcast. Is my motto for my budget is free 99.
Right? If it's free, it's for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. You get
same.
me.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
I see
Exactly.
you. You
Same
see me.
wavelength.
We see each other.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah. Cause
Real recognizes real.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't want to spend money when I don't have to.
Exactly.
Right?
Especially for textbooks.
Oh. Yeah. No. PDF all the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anna's archive.
Yes. Z-Lib.
Yeah. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, I have to save money now more than ever because I'm going abroad. So
yes.
like, I have to.
Miss Korea.
Korea.
Yeah. Ooh, I bet you are excited. I would be excited too, but I can't imagine how excited you are.
I'm very excited. I think as it gets closer, because like I said before, I'm leaving like a month and a bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just over a month. I'm getting more terrified.
No way.
Because it's like I'm very excited, but we have to think about like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna be 14 hours ahead. It's like an 18-hour travel day. You know, I'm going with someone else, which is like really great. So I'm not like traveling alone.
Okay.
But I've never been away from my family for so long, for like 4 months, and I'm leaving my boyfriend and his family and you know all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm the kind of person where like I have big like attachment thing. Like I love to be around people that I love.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like it's gonna be hard, but I know that this is gonna be a good thing for me. So I'm excited but terrified at the same time. But it's a good growth period, I think, and I think that's like majority of the reason why I want to do it is because I need to know how to be good in my own solitude.
Yeah.
Right, and I need to know how to like be good on my own.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it comes with like it's good and it's you know like good emotions and it's scary emotions, but overall I think it'll be like a fantastic experience. And yeah, that's why I'm going. So
for sure. And you know what? You get to learn so many different things about yourself too, and so many different things about the culture as well, and the language too.
Right. Yeah.
So is it like a study abroad?
Yeah, so I'm studying abroad at Yonsei University. It's basically like here taking 5 classes. It's just I choose the classes for that school and I just spend time there for 4 months and yeah, it's a study abroad.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you go about doing a study abroad? Because I thought about it. Because it looks so interesting, like being an exchange student somewhere and stuff. It looks so intriguing to me.
Yeah, so how I did it was last year, around this time actually, was when I submitted my application to York International here.
Oh.
So I'm doing it through York.
Okay.
And so got accepted to that in March, and then from March to October, it was like heard nothing. I went about it because, and I had thought about going abroad and submitting that first application was because I had always wanted to go abroad. Mm-hmm. I always loved the idea of going abroad. I was like in 8th grade and I was thinking like, how can I actually go abroad? And I was thinking of going abroad for high school. Obviously that wouldn't have really worked because there's a high school right down the street from me, 13, didn't make sense. Then I was like, maybe I want to go abroad for university, which is a lot more common.
Yeah.
And then it was just so expensive. Like being an international student is so expensive. And like I praise everyone who's an international student. Like
literally.
Oh my God, it's so expensive.
Here I am, like I'm like, oh my gosh, my tuition is $3,000, $5,000, and then they're paying like $40,000, $50,000,
right?
Excluding housing and meal plan,
right?
And all the other thing. And I'm like,
and that's all 4 years. And
yeah. That's like
per year.
Per year. I can't fathom that.
Yeah, it's really expensive, and so and plus because we're Canadian, we'd have to do like the ACT or the SAT, and I was just like, I don't want to do that if I were to go to an American school.
Yeah.
And so, but I still always in the back of my mind was like, I want to go abroad. I need to go abroad. Like, I just need to experience that. Like, you know, live my exchange girl life and like, you know, just like live that dream. And then in December of 2023, I got like this email, it was like, go abroad. And I was like, this is my time. This is now. This is the only opportunity. Mm-hmm. And I talked to my, you know, parents about it, and they were like cool with me going because Thankfully, the tuition abroad is like the same tuition here because you pay York's tuition.
Oh.
So the only thing you have to pay is like your dorm and like, you know, your fees, whether it be like food or...
Oh, you had to pay for the dorm? Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming back to me now. I went to the seminar for that one time. I know they have it different places too. Like they have it in Greece and
Everywhere.
Italy. I wanted to go to the one in Greece. And I almost did in the summertime, but it's too hot there and I didn't have the funds at the time.
Yeah,
Anyways, back on you.
It's really, really, really expensive. But thankfully, because actually, like, Yonsei was like pretty, I don't want to say cheap, but it was reasonable, like very reasonable. And luckily, Korea's dollar is like the same as ours, so there's not like that much conversion.
Oh, that's so
So
good.
like if you were to go to Europe, let's say, you're paying like double the amount because the euro is worth more than the Canadian dollar. So thankfully the Korean won and the Canadian dollar are like almost the same, so you're not paying that much of a difference.
Is it higher or lower?
They're almost 1-to-1. I think
Let's check.
I think Korea is like almost our dollar.
Let's see. It says 1,118.
So that's $1. So like
Oh.
1,018. So that's our Canadian dollar. So yeah, ours is almost, or theirs is worth a little less than ours.
Okay.
So like
Period.
$1 of ours is worth one and like let's say 18 cents pretty much.
Damn. Okay, Korea.
Yeah. So
I mean, I already like the food and the people, so one day
exactly.
you see me.
You'll see you in Seoul, in Hongdae, do the city life. Yeah, it'll be great. Yeah. So we're getting close to that.
And what are you studying in Yonsei and
So I'm set as a psych major there as well because I can take psych classes that add to my degree, but because there's like no psych classes for students pretty much while I'm there, I've decided to find like one psych class and then the rest are going to be electives.
Okay.
Because if I have to take a fifth year, I don't really care. Like I'd rather have the experience of going abroad and going to Korea than like worry about finishing in my 4-year time. Like if I have to do 2 extra classes, okay, so be it. I'll do a semester.
Yeah.
You know, extra, but I had prepared for this by doing like a 3rd-year class in my 2nd year. I had prepared like ahead of time that if I were to go abroad that I wouldn't need to take as many classes, that I could just do like electives, and thankfully it worked out. And if I need to, I can always take a class in the summer, which I have been doing for the past 2 years. So it's like not that big of a deal. And I think electives would be a lot more fun than having to sit through a psych lecture.
For sure. Oh, I loved my electives so much. Shout out to you, Sasha, if you're watching this. Great acting prof. Like, it was so great. And then it's just an easy A too, depending on the elective you take.
True.
Do you have any electives in mind that you wanted to do?
So there's one called Understanding Digital Media, which like kind of aligns with like what we do, right? Digital media.
That sounds like something I would probably take in my program.
Exactly, right? Because you're communications, right? Yeah. Another one was like there's social and emotional, I forgot what the name is. Something like that. Visual literacy. There's also one called Understanding K-pop, which I think is so fun.
Ooh.
Like, can you imagine doing that? Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. So I'm just going to go there and, like, take my classes seriously, obviously. But I think, first is obviously going to be academics. But second is definitely going to be, like, exploring. And, like, I'm in a whole different continent with people that I don't know. And it's a new language. And I can speak some Korean, like, not
What
like,
can you say in
fluent.
Korean?
I can just pretty much, like, introduce myself. Are you going to make me introduce myself?
Of course.
Oh, if my pronunciation's bad and there's a Korean watching this, I'm so sorry. How you say hello is like 안녕하세요. So you say 안녕하세요. 저는 Olivia입니다. That's how you introduce yourself.
Oh.
Yeah. And then if you want to say something like I'm Canadian, which I'm going to have to say a lot because people are going to confuse me for being American. You say 저는 캐나다 사람입니다. Yeah.
Ooh.
And then you're just like, I'm a Canadian person. And then they're like, oh,
That sounds good.
yeah. Oh, thanks. I tried self-studying a bit, and I'm, like, studying a little more now. But definitely, like, I'm going to get my speaking going on there, so.
For sure. And do you still practice Korean and such?
Yeah, I mostly use, like, apps on my phone now to self-study. I have a book that I like to self-study. There's something called Talk to Me in Korean that I self-study through. It's, like, a whole program where they, like, teach you how to speak Korean. And when I was growing up, I was like, I want to learn an Asian language because I grew up around Italian, I grew up around French, and even though I'm not fluent in either of those languages, I can understand French a lot more than I can understand Italian, even though I am Italian.
Oh, you're Italian.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
nice.
Growing up, like, there was a dialect that was spoken around me, and so, like, I understand that dialect, but I don't understand, like, Roman Italian all that much.
Oh.
But, like, I can understand French, but I said, like, I want to go away from the European languages because, like, they're similar. I was like, I want to learn an Asian language, right? That's, like, a real challenge. And then there was Korean, and I was like, cool. I like the way it sounds. The alphabet's relatively easy. It doesn't have 3 alphabets like Japanese does.
3 alphabets?
Yeah, they have, like, kanji, and they have, like, 2 others. And
whoa.
Yeah. Honestly, kudos to everyone that does Japanese. Like, that is...
For sure. 3, I can't even with the...
Same with Mandarin and Cantonese. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Ooh. So...
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow. No wonder the ones rooted in Latin are so easy.
Because they're all the same, pretty much. Well, not the same, but, like, they're all derived from the same, background, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah, Latin. So
I feel like another great place to learn Korean is if you go golfing, because I used to work at a golf course. At least the one I worked at the time, there's a lot of Koreans that golfed there.
Really?
The only word I knew in Korean was 안녕하세요.
Yeah.
And I would say it, and they're like, oh my gosh.
You speak Korean. Yeah, there's I find that, like, if I were to say, because I had a Korean friend, and I said one time, like, bibimbap, which is, like, a food.
Oh, yeah.
She was like, you know how to say it? And I was like, it's a food. And she was like, that's crazy that you know how to say it. And I'm like, is it really that surprising? Like, I feel like,
Yeah, that's what I'm
like
trying to
we should know. Like, we should know how to pronounce the food if we're gonna eat the food, you know?
Exactly.
But yeah, she was, like, so surprised, and it was so heartwarming. I was like, okay. Yeah, I'm glad
I love those reactions. When you just say one, like, random word in, like, a different language and the people are so welcoming. I love that. I don't really find that in French so often. I have, like, a little bit of discrimination against French.
But a lot of people do, actually. A lot of people do.
It's not my fault. They have the discrimination towards us non-French speaking, like, persons first. I'm talking about the French people from France.
Yeah. Francophones, yeah. Yeah, I could see that. I can understand that. I mean, at Glendon, there's a whole bunch of, like, exchange French students. Thankfully, they're all, like, nice to me. Like, I haven't really run into, like, any mean people, which is great. But yeah, no, I completely get it where, I've heard the stories of people going to France and them not speaking French, and they're like, why are you even here? I've
even heard some stories of some people that know how to speak French, but because it's, like, a different dialect.
Oh, yeah, like Quebecois. Yeah, like, they say butter differently, and they're like, oh, my gosh, like, you're not even French.
I feel like everyone that speaks French around the world has, like, that exact look against that Quebecois, like,
yeah, right? But I'm like, people say it's, like, not real French, and I'm like, y'all colonized them. Like, it is French, but they just, had to make do.
And then they look at it like it's the ghetto French or whatever.
Yeah, I'm like it's all French. Yes, it's different.
Expect?
It's just because it's not, like, Parisian French, like, but people have their own.
That's why I like Spanish.
Right.
It's so easy to learn. For me, at least for me. I don't know any other person's experience. But yeah, I've had, like, fun experiences with it.
Yeah, because again, it's like, it's similar to, like, if you grew up learning French, it's similar to that. It's more similar to Italian than it is, like,
for
French.
Sure. Even Portuguese, too.
Oh, yeah, 100%. They're right next to each other, Spain and Portugal. But Brazil, Portuguese is different than
sometimes I find myself speaking to, like, someone or reading something, and I'll see a word, and I'm like, they have that squiggly. I forget what that's called.
The tilde?
Is that what it's called? The squiggly?
Like, over the N?
Over the N's and over the A's?
I think that's called a tilde. Yeah.
And I'll see it over the A, and I'm like, this is not in Spanish. This is Portuguese. I'm like, wait, I understood Portuguese just now. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's very similar. Well, I mean, like, again, like, their countries are really close. Like, they border each other, right? So yeah, my boyfriend is both Spanish and Portuguese, actually. So, like, Spanish, he's Argentinian, so they speak, like, Argentinian. Well, it's Spanish.
Oh, yeah, but the different accent, like,
I think it's a different accent, but, like, pretty much anywhere you go, I think, like, if his mom were to speak Spanish, like, anyone could pretty much understand her, because I'm not, like, an expert on that, so I'm not...
The pacing, too, makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Because when I'm talking to Colombians or Mexicans, it's so easy to understand them versus, like, a Puerto Rican or a Dominican. I'm like, can you speak, like, a little bit slower?
Yeah, 100%, yeah. But he gets, he gets both. but he can't speak either. That's so real, though. I can't speak Italian, so.
No way.
Yeah. Again, I can understand, I just can't speak it, which sucks.
Okay.
I was just never, like, really given the opportunity to learn and to speak. Everyone just kind of spoke to me in English in my family. So, yeah.
I feel that with Jamaican patois, because my family's Jamaican, but at home, like, my mom speaks to me sometimes in patois, mainly in English, so, like, I never really got the chance to speak, and when I try to speak, it doesn't sound the same.
Right.
You know, like, my other friends growing up, like, they went to Jamaica in the summertime, so their patois is better than mine.
Yeah.
When I sound like it, when I speak it, I sound like an imposter, and I'm like, no, it doesn't sound right, I
Right.
can't.
Yeah. I remember there was one time I went to Jamaica and I took a patois class.
No way.
Yeah, it was like for the kids, right? They were like, oh, just like come in, we're gonna teach you some patois. And I was
But
like,
they taught you some good words.
yeah. Honestly, I don't remember. The only thing I remember is Irie, which I think means like all right.
All right. Mm.
That's the only thing that I remember from that. Yeah. But I was like learning languages. I love languages, and I mean like that kind of added on to it. So I was like, oh, that's cool.
It's so fun learning languages when you know what's going on.
Yeah, when you
Like
understand.
math, you know?
Yeah.
For me, like,
math is fun when you get it.
yes.
Yeah. Like stats only was fun when I understood what was going on, but I only understood 1% of the time, because 99% of the time it was impossible.
I feel you. You know what? Like, you're a stats warrior. I can't go through stats. I don't put myself through that mathematics anymore. It's like, okay, I have ChatGPT. I have a calculator. I'm good.
Yeah, no, because when I started as a psych major and I realized I had to take stats, it was like
Pain.
it felt like the world was ending. I was like, no, I don't have to take
Pain.
stats. But then it ended up being okay. Pass the class.
Okay. Period.
And that's all that matters.
God is good.
Yeah.
You know, we pass. We prevail. We overcome.
Exactly.
You know?
Persevere. We did it.
Yes.
Yeah. Like
100.
7-hour study days for each of the exam, but like
Ooh,
it worked.
damn.
It worked. Yeah. So to anyone in psych and you need to do stats, actually do the work. Like actually read the textbook. Khan Academy is great. YouTube videos are really the way to go. But that's like a class that you actually like really have to sit with the content and like actually learn what's happening
Wow.
for you to get it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. That's like my biggest advice. Just actually do the work.
Ever since I learned Pythagoras theorem, whatever it's called, I've never found myself using it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It happens. They
Yeah.
teach you a whole bunch of things that they think you might need. but
SOHCAHTOA, trigonometry, haven't used it to this
I
day,
never
and
remember.
I've been fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. If that's not what you want to go into, then like
And you know what's crazy? I grew up learning instruments, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like I know how to play like a couple different instruments. And in music, I don't know if you play instruments or not.
Mhm,
Do you?
yeah.
What
Yeah, I
instruments
have.
do you play?
So I've played growing up like ukulele. I tried teaching myself piano for a bit. I sang too.
You sing?
Mm-hmm. So
We gotta hop on a track together. Even though I'm a shy singer, one day, you know?
one day. So yeah, like I understand like music for a little bit.
But you know, music theory has a lot of math in it.
Yeah.
And somehow I understood music theory math. And somehow I understood chemistry math. But you know what? I think it's rewiring my brain. Like, it's not math. It's fun math. It's music math. It's chemistry math. So
Yeah.
it's not the same.
Yeah, I've always been a science girly as opposed to like math.
Yes.
So when I had to do math and chemistry, I was like, okay, like it's not math. It's
Yes.
like learning how to balance, you know.
That's what got me through it.
Yeah, really. So, yeah.
I was relatively decent in it, too.
I always had a hard time with math,
Me too.
but we prevail.
We do.
Got through it, and now
We
I don't
do.
have to take any more math courses.
Period.
Yeah,
As we should.
I know.
Mhm.
Now I'm just stuck with research.
Oh.
Yeah, so like there's some math in research, but it's not like a math course. It's like you have to do math for research.
Yeah, I see those like sometimes in those papers too, and the readings, like they have like research statistics, and it's like X represents this, and this figure represents this, and we're gonna plot it on the graph, and this is what this figure demonstrates, and it's like I'm not reading that. Just like give me the final result. Like okay, this happened. This is the end. That's it.
It's really hard to dissect everything, but you do what you gotta do.
Exactly.
Yeah, like next year I have to do my research thesis.
Oh.
Yeah, like my honors thesis, and that's going to require some math. But again, it's not like a math course. It's like you just do it for the research statistics kind of thing. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Are you going to be doing any surveys with it too, or just...
So my goal is to do a research thesis on the siblings of people with autism.
Ooh.
So I've worked with people with autism. I've worked like all ends of the spectrum at a summer camp.
There's a lot of food places on Kiel.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go home and make me some eggs.
That's
Save money,
smart.
live better.
I know.
Yeah.
I feel like every place here on Kiel is like $20 or more, and they try to act like it's a deal, and it's like,
No, girl, I just got a drink and a sandwich. Like,
you know, like, it's sad because this school is like, okay, at Kiel you have options, but it's all expensive. At Glendon, there's only one option now. I heard they closed down the Tim's.
yep, the Tim's is closed.
That's depressing. R.I.P. Moment of silence. All right, we're done.
I was so sad when I saw that it closed because, like, I lived off of their bagels. Like, their cream cheese toasted bagels, I lived off of that.
They're good.
Because the cafeteria is subpar.
Yeah.
So bad. And I feel for everyone who has to live on campus.
Me too. It's
But-
that or like off campus or Uber eating, and it's like expensive.
It's so expensive, yeah.
And imagine if you're not driving too. That's just an even bigger hassle.
Like, they have meal plan, but you're stuck with the same things every day. And, I feel for everyone.
And then it's not even like there's any options nearby, because you go by York Mills and Bayview, barely anything there. I don't know what's like passed by, like maybe by Eglinton you have a little bit more, but now you have to go all the way down to Young to find something good. No.
Yeah, you can go from Bayview to Young, the street over, but getting there is going to be a hassle. There's, like, the strip of Young, there's, like, a bunch of restaurants, but it's about getting there.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't have a car, cooked. You can't get there.
Literally.
Yeah.
That bus takes forever.
Yeah, so I feel for everyone.
Me too.
But yeah, I'm just going to go home and make me some sunny side eggs
Nice.
as my lunch, late breakfast, brunch, yeah.
Yeah, it's important to eat. You gotta eat. You should eat.
Yeah, I don't really eat breakfast because I'm never really up for breakfast.
I felt.
Like now that I have now that I'm on my 2-month break, like I don't really wake up before 11.
Felt. I
Yeah.
feel that. If I'm not waking up like for work and stuff, then I'm just like sleeping in till God knows how long, God knows what time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I only really do 3 things now. It's like sleep, read, and play Animal Crossing.
Fair.
That's what I do because I have a break. And I had school every month last year, so I was like, I really need this break.
And you deserve it. You deserve a
Exactly.
break, to relax, unwind,
Before the chaos that is Korea. Yeah. So
Especially mental preparation too, 100%.
yeah, I'm really spending time with people that I care about, and I have to find time to hang out with like all my friends that I'm not going to see. And
For sure.
yeah,
For
so-
sure. It's so important. Say your goodbyes. Like, you're leaving, and such. I don't know why I said say your goodbyes like that. Like, that sounds creepy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because I'm overthinking.
Yeah, that's okay.
But, like,
I do have to say goodbye to people. So
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And it's gonna be sad not seeing them for 4 months, but
Different environment, too. Like, going to Seoul, big city. What is the population of Seoul? I'm curious.
I have no idea.
9 point...
Okay, 9.4 million.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah,
that's
upwards of
way
a million.
bigger than the city. So, a lot more people, a lot more hectic, a lot more energy.
Definitely, because I'm not really like a city person. I mean, I live in the suburbs, so like being surrounded by cities is definitely going to be like a new experience. So yeah.
But it's like, I feel like that's a experience every young person has to go through to find themselves, discover themselves.
100%. 100%. I think it'll be good.
You meet new people, you have a lot more different experiences, and hopefully, like, I think Seoul is a very safe city too.
Yeah, Korea is very, very safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like safe for women too. Like definitely, every place has its like crime and stuff, but they have cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a pretty safe place, which is great. That like soothes my mother. She's like, "You're going to Korea." I'm like, "Yes, but it's safe." which is important. So
no pickpocketing.
yeah, exactly. That was another thing when going to Europe. Like, I didn't want to be pickpocketed, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure it might happen, like, in Korea to some people if you're, like, in the wrong crowd, but it's not, like, a consistent problem. Like, it's not as known as, like, in Europe. Like, don't go to this place in Rome because you're gonna get pickpocketed.
Even France, too. I was hearing about it during the Olympics when the Americans were going, and the Europeans tried pickpocketing the Americans, and they would get shocked because some guy had, like, fake wallets that were actually, like, electric shock kind of things.
Yeah.
And the police had to confiscate them. They were almost getting into fights, too, because the Americans realized it. And I'm like, good on them for sticking up for themselves, you know? There's this one Italian lady I see on TikTok too, and she just like,
Attenzione,
pickpocket!
Yeah.
Attenzione! I love her.
Yeah, she's great. She's great. I say that in my house all the time.
Attenzione, pickpocket! Pickpocket!
She's great, yeah. She's so funny. She's great, yeah.
But I feel like when it does come to mental health too, and just within society and how technology is moving, you know, with ChatGPT, I mean, and AI, I mean, they're great resources for people that are looking towards therapy and such. But what do you think about people utilizing AI chatbots as opposed to like talking to a human about their mental health that they're going through, even though AI can't really understand nor feel those emotions and they're only generating responses like based on what other like humans are typing in about their circumstances?
I've done therapy myself, like face to face with another person, and that will always, in my opinion, beat an AI, because an AI doesn't have like the empathy. The AI doesn't have the, you know, human understanding of a human. And so like for myself, when I ever needed, like, let's say I needed like to build a routine, or let's say I needed something that could like calm me from being overwhelmed, I would use ChatGPT and be like, okay, help me make a schedule for this, because I know through therapy and through like you know, introspective work that I had to, you know, find a way to calm myself down. And if I get overwhelmed by, you know, a task and I need to like lay things out in like a neat manner, and if I'm too overwhelmed to do that, I'll go to like a, you know, like a chatbot like ChatGPT and be like, okay, can you like spread out these tasks in a way that's like manageable? But when it comes to like talking about problems or, you know, searching for, you know, coping mechanisms, ChatGPT can only give you what it, like what the internet says would work for people in like in your very vague description of what you gave the chatbot, right?
Yeah.
Whereas like a human is able to empathize, and through, you know, through training and through practicing, they're able to give you like what would probably work best for you in your specific situation. And they're just a lot more like intuitive, right? And so I think like ChatGPT is just not a good therapy. Like, I just don't think, like, nothing will ever beat that human to human interaction,
For sure.
right? So that's just like my stance on it. Therapy was great for me. Learned coping mechanisms through it. Learned a lot about myself. But I've also done like a lot of like journaling and stuff. That's also been really good for self-reflection. I've been journaling since I was in like 6th grade, so yeah, it's just like one of those good coping mechanisms, right?
For sure. And you
So-
get to like really vent and express yourself too through writing.
Yeah, no one's gonna judge you.
That's true. And even reading back on like your previous entries too and what you've written and how much you've grown, it's like a big like wow. Like you've grown, you really evolved as a person.
Yeah, so I started writing at like 11, 20 now. So I'll read back in like my entries in like 6th grade, and they're all about like friends, and they're all about like the drama that's happening in 6th grade. And now my journal entries are just like, this is what I'm feeling today, this is what happened today, this is what I want to work on in the future.
Yeah.
It's a lot more like self-maintenance based, as opposed to like talking about like drama.
For
you know?
sure.
Like that only happened recently though. Like even in 8th grade, the drama I would just write about. So
8th grade.
So long
And
ago.
5th grade too. Just the drama then.
Oh yeah, like 5th grade was like I was bullied in 5th and 6th grade, so like that's what I would write about. Yeah.
What?
That's when like my depression and anxiety stemmed from.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I've been dealing with it for a long time. That's how I got good at like managing it. It's because I've had it for so long that you kind of just learn to live with it and learn what works for you.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And what were you, if you don't mind me asking, like,
That's
what
okay.
were you bullied for?
I was a chubbier kid. So I was bullied for like how I looked. But also the person that bullied was like my best friend at the time. And like she would go between like me and like one of our other friends who was also like being bullied by her. She would turn like a bunch of my friend group against me. Like I used to say like it was like a 7-on-1. Like it was always like
I
them
hate when
versus
they do
me.
that.
Yeah, she wouldn't like let me play games with them at recess. Yeah, it was like the whole lot, right? Like people said that I was like the ugly best friend. Yeah, so like I was bullied for like my appearance mostly. And yeah, thankfully though, like that is like stemmed like anxiety and depression, but it didn't like it made me better. Like the character development was real. You know what I mean? Like
I feel that.
Yeah, like I was able to understand like the good and the bad in people, and yeah, it might have given me some like trust problems, but now I'm able to like pick out people that I trust, I guess, based on like social cues. And yeah, so I guess like I guess like bullying was like both beneficial and disadvantageous, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
Normally I'm against bullying, but when it comes to like some really people and they need their behavior corrected and such, like it can sometimes work in that circumstance.
I definitely believe confrontation is a good thing. Like if you're being a mean person, you should be told that you're being
That's exactly, you took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
being
I
held
mean.
accountable for your actions.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah. Except I wasn't a bad person. I was just
You weren't.
fat.
And you did not deserve that. You did not deserve
exactly.
that. I'm talking about just like her that did that.
She probably should have. I don't know what happened after elementary school. She went to a different high school. But yeah. People always said like, oh, one day it'll like bite her in the ass and like one day it'll come back, like karma will get her. I don't know what happened. I just kind of moved on with my life.
As you should.
But yeah. I don't like think about it ever, you know. It was 5th grade. I was more worried about like me breaking my wrist twice in the same semester.
Ooh.
Than like, you know. Also the teachers were just kind of like bad about it. And if you don't have like a good support system like in school, like my mom like went through hell and back.
Wow.
For me, but it was more so like the teachers that were just like not believing me, and I'm like, okay.
Having a good support system in anything in life you do is so important and is so reassuring too, because like me as growing up, like people saw me as like a happy, joyful person, and I try to be joyful and kind to people because you never know what a person could be going through, and especially through high school. But I had ulterior motives as to why I was always nice to people, and that was just because like I'm going to be so blatantly true. I said it before and I'll say it again. School shootings were on the rise in the States, and I wanted to make sure my life was spared.
Right. I get it. Like I was always kind to people. I always made friends with everyone, but I don't know. There were some people who like didn't deserve my kindness, but I gave it to them anyway because my mom always said like kill them with kindness kind of thing.
Yes.
And actually like on the way here, I saw someone from my elementary school, and he was in a grade older than me, and he has autism, and he was like so fun to be around, and like he, you know, skateboards in my neighborhood, and yeah, so like I see him, and it was really cool seeing him like on the way, you know, to the library. He was like talking to him like, you remember me, bro? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, that's so cool. He remembers me from like elementary school, which is really cool. So yeah, I always try to be nice to everyone. Like I obviously wasn't like the perfect person in elementary school. Like I obviously had my faults, and I was obviously like falling into the crowd of people that would like be mean to people for no reason. And but like now I try to be nice to everyone because why be rude? That takes effort, you know?
It's true. But sometimes it's like being kind to other people when you don't have anything to give, especially going through depression, is so, it can be hard. And it's not even like you want, at least in my circumstances, not even like I wanted to push away people, but it was like I just isolated myself so much. At least in grade 11, when I had to take like functions math and deal with a bad tutor, and I was like, my stress, the cause of my depression, at least that started the whole chronic depression cycle, and it was just having constant breakdowns all the time, always crying, just like feeling hopeless in life and what I wanted to do. And, you know, I just, when you see yourself lose the spark that you used to have, it's something that is so devastating. And it feels like you can't get it back. But once you do, it's something you want to hold on to, and it's something that you want to give to other people and restore in other people too.
Mm-hmm.
At least how I feel like that's what God did in my life, restored that spark in me.
Right, right. Were you previously religious, or did you just recently become, like, more so religious?
I always grew up in church. Like, I went to church on Sundays, but I didn't like going because I'm not a morning person. Still ain't, but I try.
Right, right.
And I would, like, rarely read the Bible. It was circumstantial. Like,
Right.
if I'm really going through it, maybe I'll open up, like, a verse and, like, see it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was, like, now I guess it wasn't this November, but was it this November? No, it was the one before that.
Mm-hmm.
And I almost went through a cancer scare.
Mm.
And I guess that's what really brought me more closer to God. And he sent me so many different signs, like reassuring me for my health, like you're fine, and everything was fine, thankfully, like thank God. And I just started going into my Bible more and just finding so much love and so much warmth and comfort with God, and just realizing, like, you know, this is like who Jesus is. Like, everyone has their own idea of it and what they've been told, but I try to be the person that Jesus was, at least like even like a little sliver, give that kindness out to people, that understanding. And it, yeah, like it restores my faith in him. It restores my faith in like life and assurance to life too.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to be the type of person to say I was Christian, but I was never practicing. But now I can like say, like God has worked with me, and I can give an account to it as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely, I'm not a perfect person, and I never claim to be a perfect person at all. But it's just seeing through my faults and just trying to be the most the version of myself that he sees in me, that I
Right.
don't see in myself.
Right, right. I also grew up Catholic, or not Christian, but Catholic. So I went to a Catholic elementary school, went to a Catholic high school, but I kind of like, I was never practicing. Like, I went to church when I was needed to, like when I had to go, like communions or for mass at school, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I've always said it, like, there's still people in my family who are, like, religious. Like, my grandmother, the one that I have the tattoo of, like, she'd go to church every Sunday kind of thing. Like, I'm not wearing it today, but she got me, like, a gold chain for my baptism that I'll wear, not in, like, the religious sense, but, like, because it reminds me of her.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, there's aspects of religion around me always, right?
Yeah.
For me, personally, when it came to religion, I found that it was kind of hard for me to really, like, believe in religion because I was kind of scared of it. By that I mean, like, I was scared of God the same way I was scared of my parents, by doing like something wrong, and I was like, God is watching me, and like I don't want to be punished for doing something wrong. And so I kind of like shut it out. So I guess like in a way I'm between like being agnostic and atheist, in the sense of like I want to believe that there's something there, and like I'd love to see like the people of my family who have passed.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also content with, knowing that even if there isn't something, then that's okay, and like cherish time on earth when I have it.
Yeah.
Right? So I think religion for people is a beautiful thing. Like, if people, like want to worship, and people like want to go to church, like 100%. If it fits into your lifestyle, if that's something that you find comfort in, go for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll never like hate on a religion, and I'll never like be like, oh, you're weird because you believe in a religion, because that's like not it. The only thing with religion is like certain people that I'm like, I can't believe. I think you know what I'm
The
talking
bad
about.
apples.
The
you
bad
know?
apples.
I feel like every religion has that
100%.
too.
So like
Yeah.
that's why like I won't like hate on the religion itself. I'll just like dislike the people that will like be the bad apples and use religion as a way of hurting people. But other than that, like if religion fits into someone's life and you're better with religion, believe in religion. For me, like I've always been the kind of person where it's like I can be a good person and I don't need to necessarily believe in God. Like I'll just like, you know, be nice. I still have morals, still have like, you know, an ethical code. But yeah, like growing up I would pray at night, and you know I had rosaries everywhere in my room, and I think now more so I just like to believe that, you know, if there is something, there is. If there isn't, then there isn't. But it's not necessarily like an organized God. You know what I mean?
I feel like, yeah, I know where you're coming from, and I feel like in some ways Jesus was like that too, especially when it came to the high priestesses, the Pharisees and such. They were all about order and organization, and they were very strict on the old world, like the law of Moses and how they were living back then. So when Jesus was doing miracles on the Sabbath and healing people, not necessarily doing anything wrong, they had a problem with it. And fear aspect too. I mean, yes, God does say to fear him, but he's like a father figure to us too, you know, like any other parent. And the thing is, he's not going to send you to condemnation, and I feel that's what a lot of people feel too, which is why they don't go to God or they don't believe in him, because they think like they're going to be instantly condemned or such. And it's like he's a loving God, and he cares 100%. He
Yeah.
cares about your well-being. Like even when it came to the adulterous woman, I don't know if you read the passage or not, the one that was brought.
Most likely not. I haven't picked up
worries.
the Bible in like years.
No worries. There's this woman that committed adultery, and she was sent to like the courtyard to be stoned. And Jesus was like, hey, if you are without sin, then you can cast the first stone. And so everyone started leaving, and Jesus himself, who was without sin, didn't cast the first stone. And there's too many people that cherry pick the Bible and use those verses against other people for their own personal gain, for their own power. And I hate that. I hate that because Jesus didn't do any of those things. But again, it's ulterior motives. It's ego that is that person trying to feed within themselves.
Right, yeah. And I mean, like, religion at its roots is a beautiful thing. I think over time, when it comes to like misinterpretation and all that stuff, then it starts to like falter. It's not like the once beautiful thing that it should have been.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I think because of that, like I just don't want to like fall into any of like, I don't want to fall into any bad belief with those like bad apples kind of thing. But I've also been like very like individualistic, and I'm very much like I kind of like run my own life, and like I have like my moral code and like my ethical code and everything that could be stemmed from religion. I mean, I grew up Catholic, but yeah, I don't know. I kind of just like look to the world and see like, you know, what people need, what people don't need, and just try to be a good person overall, even if I'm not like a practicing Catholic, even if I consider myself like more on like leaning towards like agnosticism, I think that's how you say the word, or like atheism, right? Because it's not hard to be a good person. It's not hard to like do good deeds. Like I was a church youth group like kid, I guess, right? So like I was there for like a year and a half or something, and like it's not hard to, you know, be a part of those things and, you know, do good in the world. And, you know, we did we went to a community center downtown, gave meals to the homeless, we gave like clothes to the homeless. Like it's not hard to do that, even if I did through the church. Like it's not hard to be a good person, right? And like
I think the church definitely has a lot of influence on those good morals and good deeds and being good towards others too.
Yeah, I think I always found that religion was just like, you know, if it comes to my life, it comes into my life. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And I find myself a lot of the time too, though, in like complete honesty, like there'll be times where I'm going through a really hard time, and I'll tell myself like, yeah, this is going to be better. But if I'm like going through like the slumps, I find myself defaulting to like, God, please help me kind of thing. And maybe that's like me, you know, hoping that there's something. Maybe that's me like, you know, wishing for whatever, you know, but I always find myself like defaulting to that if I'm going through a really hard time. But I just like to believe that like I'm strong enough and I'm resilient enough to like help me bring myself out of it. Like I've done all the work, even if it wasn't like religion based. Like I know I've done so much work on myself, right, that like helps me get through things. But if something's like really hard or whatever it may be, I'm like, God help. Like with my grandmother, right, she had Alzheimer's, went to church every Sunday, and like even my mom will say things like, you know, if there was a God, why would they do this to my mom, you know? It's just kind of things where like you can, you know, you grow up religious and you know, you believe in something, and then the bad things always happen to the good people. And like you can't really blame, you know, God for that, but people definitely like try to find like their rhyme or reason as to why things happen. But yeah, I don't know, from a young age I was always just like, I was kind of felt uncomfortable in mass because I felt like I wasn't like meant to be there for some reason.
So say if you were to go into like a different area or be amongst a different group of religious like people and such, and their approach was different than what you received traditionally growing up in mass, do you think that could ever impact like your choice to
I mean, it's
go
hard
to God again, or do you think I don't know.
I mean, it's kind of hard to say because I've never really been at any other like traditional mass, right? I'm only like used to the Catholic and Christian ones. So like I would only be speaking from inexperience, but I don't know. I feel like I'm very like solidified and like, you know, like I have what I have here and I'm comfortable with what I have here. And again, like if worship fits into some people's lives, then it fits into some people's lives, right? For me, for me in my life, I'm just very like individualistic, and I'm very like secular, like from religion, and like if that makes sense, like I'm very like kind of separate from it. But yeah, like I think like there are some, you know, traditional practices that are really beautiful, and yeah, like especially in Islam, and you know, I think it's like important to educate yourself about other religions in the world.
For sure.
And like I know about other religions in the world, and I know like, you know, whatever Google will tell me, and like look into it, and I'll like read their text and whatever. But I just never really found myself like resonating with any of them. And that's just like a personal thing, right? Like I have a cousin who was talking about like he wanted to go to church, and I'm like, that's great, go ahead, do it. You know, like if you find that fits in your life, you can go ahead and do that. If you find that God is like something that you want to build a relationship with, then go for it, right? I mean, for myself, I'm very much like, if this is good, this is good. If this is bad, this is bad. And yeah, religion was just something in my life where it kind of like fell off, I guess. But like I'm not opposed to religion. Like I don't hate religion. I think religion could be a beautiful thing for people. But just for myself, I'm comfortable where I am, and I'm comfortable, you know, in like my belief system. I think worship is beautiful. I think, you know, spreading the gospel is beautiful. But I think like something that just also like really turned me off from religion was those bad apples. And it just kind of put like a sour taste in my mouth, you know what I mean? But I hate to say this, but like, you know, like fandoms, you know what I mean? Yeah. There's like bad apples in everything, ones, right?
Yeah.
Like it kind of like puts you off of like, you know?
Yeah.
Even if that thing isn't like inherently like bad, or even if that thing like, I don't know how to explain it, kind of just like, you know?
Yeah.
So, like,
no, I could see that too, because even me myself, I get very turned off by them too.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of cognitive dissonance with some people, and yeah, but it's not my place to, you know, tell everyone what their problems are. So
we don't judge here. We listen and we don't judge.
We listen and we don't judge. I mean, I judge a little bit.
I try not to judge too much or at all. I'm working on it. It's a work in progress.
But those bad apples, I might judge you a little bit, but I won't say
righteous judgment. Righteous judgment.
Yeah.
You know, correction, accountability.
Correction. Yeah. So, but yeah, like I've had like amazing conversations with people who are, you know, Christian, even Protestant, like one of the denominations. Like I've had amazing conversations with people about like, you know, social issues or like political issues.
Yeah.
And even if we don't see eye to eye, it's like good that you're having the conversation, right?
It is
it's good that you're sharing your perspective.
Yeah.
Even if we don't agree on everything, I think
true.
like human communication is important, right? Communication is key. So.
And we're not meant to agree with on everything. It's good to be challenged. It's good to see different opinions, different perspectives. It really opens up your mind to the world around you.
Yeah, like can you imagine just like being so close-minded? Like, what a weird world. Because how are you supposed to like grow as a person if you can't understand someone else's perspective, right? Like that's one of the biggest things with empathy, right? Is like you being able to put yourself in someone else's shoes, and then, you know, you're not doing that because you don't agree.
And I feel like there's such a lack of empathy out here today in this world. Like there's a lot more meaner people out there that are so used to just bullying others and being mean and just having no decency for other people. No regard to their existence or regard to them as a human being.
You know, I feel like with social media, people have gotten a lot more selfish.
Yeah.
And although I agree with, you know, you being selfish sometimes, like with your mental health, you setting boundaries, and I think selfishness is great. But I also think, like, being a humanitarian and, like, you know, looking around at the world and, like, world issues, and I think, like, educating yourself on, like, other people is just also very important.
Yes.
You can be selfish, yes, when it comes to your mental health breaks, and, you know, taking care of yourself and what's good for you. But I think shutting yourself away from all of the world when you have the world at your fingertips is just ignorant.
It is.
And yeah, like you have to, like, you don't have to be a social, like a
social justice warrior.
Yeah, you don't have to be, but like even just like understanding like the history of things, or just like understanding where things have stemmed from, and just understanding people and like the issues everyone goes through, like that's just important, you know? And I feel like that just builds empathy in people, and like that for me is like, you know, our purpose is to like understand people and help people.
Exactly.
And yeah, and some people just don't do that, and I'm like, oh, okay.
I find it crazy. Like, it's just being a newly adult now and seeing how many people out there don't have any emotional maturity. I didn't realize how big emotional maturity really was in how much it mattered in my life until I seen some people, and I'm like, so you didn't sit to think this one through, your actions, the implications of what you said, of how you're thinking. You know, you can't really see beyond what is within your scope.
Right.
And then they'll only be around with other people that reaffirm their
it's the confirmation bias of it. Yeah. So, like, the thing is, as adults, like, we have a frontal lobe, right? And, like, biologically, our frontal lobe doesn't start developing until like our early 20s. But I think for men it's a little later. Yeah. Which makes sense.
It does.
It does make sense. It makes sense. But I think like it's hard to, like, I get it's hard to like step foot in someone else's shoes if you haven't experienced it, but that's the effort that you have to make, right? That's like, if just because someone experienced something just a little bit different from you doesn't mean that their perspective is wrong. A lot of people will surround themselves with like people who are very like-minded, get that confirmation bias, you know, validate what they're saying, and then they're stuck in this like echo chamber of just what they believe, and it's like, that's not how you grow as a person, that's not how you learn, right? Exactly. Like I have a family member who says like, if you're the smartest in the room, there's something wrong. Like, you always want to learn, you always want to like, you know, grow with people around you and have those like challenging conversations, because then it challenges you, what you're believing in, right? That's how people like change their beliefs, and how people just like grow and, you know, maybe even solidify their own beliefs, kind of thing.
Or the people that think because you change in a way, or you did something bad, that you're not worthy of forgiveness, you're not worthy of a second chance. And it's like, first of all, who are you to determine that?
You're
If
right.
that was the case, I would have been struck dead a long time ago with lightning by God.
Yeah.
Okay, but look, I get to wake up every new day, learn something new, and that's thank you God for that. You
Yeah.
know, but there's people out there that think that, okay, you did something bad like a couple of years ago, that you're not worthy of forgiveness, or you can't adapt, or you can't change, and it's so ignorant to human evolution, to how we're able to adapt and evolve as
I mean,
people.
like, we're the smartest species on Earth, right? I think, like, change is possible, but it's people who don't want to change that creates the problem.
Yes.
And you have to be willing to put in that effort. Like, I've done a lot of, like, soul searching, and I've done a lot through journaling, and like there'll be just like things that friends would tell me.
Sorry. Sorry, I just said weed for me. But go on.
Yeah, so there's like people that I know that would like tell me things that I do wrong, and I like did my best, and I was like, thank you for telling me. Like, I'm gonna do my best to try and change it.
Yes.
And like that's what we're supposed to do. Like, you're not gonna be a perfect person. Like, nobody's ever gonna be perfect.
Exactly.
You don't work your way up to being perfect. Everyone's gonna make mistakes.
For
right?
sure. 100%.
And so I think just like, but there does come a point where like you tell someone something so many times, you're like, maybe you're just not right. You know? Because like that's always just like one of the touchy subjects. It's like you can constantly give people forgiveness, but then there comes like a point.
They can like abuse that forgiveness too. It can feel like an abuse of trust, an abuse of forgiveness.
Being taken advantage of, 100%. And that's why it gets like hard, because people say like, oh, forgive but never forget, or like people say things like, I'll give you a second chance. Like, I believe in second chances 100%. But like if that second chance like isn't corrected, then you're like, see ya.
Yeah.
Because it just, there's only so much a person can take, because then your mental health starts, depleting, and
Yes.
there's only just so much. And again, like that's the selfish part of it. It's like, I'm taking care of myself. That's the selfish part, right?
Yeah.
Self-care. Always want to take care of yourself.
Self-care is 100% important. We can only do so much as human beings. And that's why I look to God, because like I know maybe some people are strong-willed. I'm not. So I love putting it all to God and just having him take care of it in my life. Just whatever it is, the ups and downs and such. And I do admire your strength, how you've been able to
Thank you.
overcome and to persevere, to be resilient, courageous too.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I feel like everyone deserves to hear, and I'm proud of you, because some people feel so inadequate within their life. I'm not saying you are. I'm like just speaking generally, vaguely. Right. And they don't hear that enough. And maybe some people do hear it enough, but it's just an important thing to say to someone.
Right.
That's you're doing well, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Even though
you're doing well too. Look what you're doing. You're making a podcast.
Look what you're doing. Your podcast, Radio Glendon, Korea. That's big. You're chasing your dreams. You're going after them. You know how many people out there just set these goals up, these dreams up, and then they never accomplish them. Even one thing.
That's a fear of mine. I don't like that. That's a fear of mine. I have to work towards something, because then I feel stagnant. I can't feel stagnant. I need to do something.
Especially if you're going through it, like downhill, like depression, like it just adds on. Like you got to be working through it.
Yeah. I'm happy you even came out of you were saying you were having chronic depression, right? And I mean, it's fantastic that you did that and you found your way through, and look, you're here today.
Yeah.
Doing what you love.
I love life.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Even though like we've only met each other like not too long ago.
Yeah, it's been like maybe a month.
Yeah. But it's just been like a pleasure to have you on the show, by the way. Thank you so much for being on here.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And just for sharing your stories, for sharing like your life, Radio Glendon, the accomplishments. You got an award for it too, huh?
I did.
I think I heard something about it. Yeah, you did. Congratulations on that.
Thank
too.
You.
And just like wherever life is taking you as well, with how many goals you accomplish, how many things you do, it's amazing. And I can't wait to see it too. I know I'm tuned in. My YouTube page, my YouTube feed is like I will see you there. And then it's like, okay, conspiracy theory video. Okay, sleepy time video. Olivia Gallow. You know, and you guys should really check her out too. I'm going to have her links in all of the descriptions, like wherever you're watching or listening to the podcast too. She's the real freaking deal, man.
Oh, thanks.
The real freaking deal. Thank you so much for being a light too, for shedding light and for like creating a space to amplify voices, for all the work you're doing.
Thank you.
It deserves to be recognized.
Thank you. Oh,
Absolutely.
That means a lot. Thanks.
You're welcome. And I'm so glad we got to do this.
I know. I was really looking forward to it.
Me too.
I woke up early for this, which I never do.
I tried waking up early too, because I knew, I was like, okay, I need to give myself some allotted time for makeup and for hair. And I underestimated how long it would take to do my hair. Makeup, surprisingly, was like...
Yeah. Yeah, I woke up quite early because I was like also like recording and like doing stuff beforehand. Yeah.
Oh, you were recording?
Yeah, so like I was doing like a video on TikTok for myself, and I had like uploaded a video today. It came out at like 10, and I was also doing like a day in my life a little bit. So yeah, I was just like doing a little bit before I came.
Nice. Love to see it. Can't wait to see it too. Thank you so
Always
much,
working.
my friend. Always working. You got to do it. You know, that's what gets you out of it.
Consistency is key.
100%.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. And for everyone that is here for the first time or is watching again, thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and I hope you guys I hope to see you guys in the next one. My brain needed time to work for that one.
That's okay.
God bless. Bye.
Bye.